Hey gamblers, how we doing today? We're doing pretty good, and we are at the craps table, and I figured we would take a look at Color Up's secret strategy. So Jeremy over at Color Up has been playing a system. I think he said he had 8 sessions and 7 of them were winning, and his highest win was $385, and his biggest loss was 50% of his bankroll, $200, which is smart. I mean, maybe not the 385. Maybe he got on a good run, but definitely walking away if you lose 50% of your bankroll is very smart. So how it's going to work? He says that he does a $400 bankroll. So we got 200 in green. Then we've got 200 in red. Let's get some whites. So we'll take out $20. Get some white chips. There we go. All set. $400 bankroll. So what he does is he does a do don't if he's the shooter. We're not going to mess with that. We're going to pretend that it's just a random roller. Okay, so doesn't matter what the point is. Say it's a 6. He starts out laying $40, no 10. $40, no 10. And then he's going to set up 44 inside. The first hit, it's going to pay 14, and then he pulls down the 9. Okay? And then the next hit, whatever rolls, he pulls down his lay. And from there, he plays it out. Probably the first hit he collects, and then the next hit he grabs the 9, and from there he goes up or spreads out. So that part, you just kind of play it on your own. But the initial setup of the lay bet and get one hit, pull down either the 9 or the 5, stays the same. Okay? So we're going to test it and see how it does. And then I'll give my final thoughts at the end of who this strategy's for, who it's not for, etc. So straight away, small bankroll, but I mean, he only has $88 at 85, maybe at risk at any time. So not too bad. It is going to get chewed away if you hit the 10 followed by a 7. That will deplete the bankroll pretty quick. So I'm interested to see how it recovers if that happens, or if the recovery is you walk away from the table. So that's my guess at what kind of happened on his $200 loss. Is he probably got whacked on the lay, whacked on the 44. And that's something else. If the lay bet gets hit, he plays out the remaining 44 inside. So we are going to play it like that if that happens. So I'll leave a link to the video in the description to the original strategy, and I'll play it as close as possible to how he does. And if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe because y'all are a winner like us. Now let's get it. 437. Again, random shooter. We're not the shooter. 6-5 yo. 617. 6-4-10. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, we're on the 10. Let's get our $40 lay. And then let's get our 44 inside. And we'll just kind of play it out and see where our bankroll goes. And, you know, With a $400 bankroll, I'd be looking to get like 40 to 60 bucks and leave, but we'll see what happens. There's the hard 6. Okay, we'll drop the dealer 1. Get paid 15. Dealer, take down my 9. And like I said, at this point, you can take down the 5 or the 9. Doesn't really matter. All right. I'm not sure if he... Hang on. Okay, so I just had to verify real quick. So we are going to go for one more hit, and then the lay bet comes down. I just want to make sure I'm playing it as accurate as possible. There's the 8. Drop $1 for 15. There we go. Dealer, take down my lay bet. Okay, from here, we are almost out of the hand. I think we have like $6 at risk. Here we go. There's the hard 10. We got the lay bet down in time. Escape disaster there. Here we go. 617. These are off. They follow the puck. 213. 213. There's the 538. All right, we're back working. 538. Shotgun the point. We'll drop the $1 for the dealer. Get paid 15. Now here what we'll do, we'll go ahead and grab the 9. Rack the $5. So I think for $1 we've got 44 working. So coming up. 6, 4, 10. There's the hard 10. Jeez, we're just shotgunning the point here. Coming out. 6, 4, 10. Man, all these 10s making me nervous. That just means the 4 needs to catch up. There's aces. Yo, 11. See a horn, bet a horn, huh? Hard 6. Okay, we'll pay it 14. He says he likes to go up 1 unit at a time. I'm just going to go, we're out of the hand. All right, we're $1 in profit. Let's see if we can get a repeater. 639. Drop $1 for 15. And press the 9 and the 5, rack $5. 437. Okay, not bad. Wish we could have got that 6. We would have collected on that 6, $28, and then the next one, press it up. That's okay. All right, we're coming out. And I may have some tweaks at the end of what I would kind of do. There's that 6, 4, 10. Jeez. All right, let's get our lay bet out. $40, no 10, dealer. And then we're going to get 44 inside. All right, all bets are set. Aces. 6, 4, 10. And that 10 has been popping. I would have personally moved it to the 4 a long time ago whenever I saw those 10s coming. But that's just me, and I like to follow the trend of the table, or I like to go the opposite if I'm playing the dark side of the trend of the table. Coming up. 437. 6, 4, 10. Jeez, dude. That's like 6 or 7 10s in a row. All right, 44. We've got 44. There's the 5, 4, 9. In this situation, I think he didn't really cover what he would do in this situation. if he would still just kind of collect or press. I think in this situation, me personally, I would pivot to the double tap if this was me. So it may work out, it may not, but it's what I would do at the table. So let's do that. I'm going to drop $1, get paid 15. Dealer, take me to 25. Because now if the 9 rolls, my 44, I think I've only got like $2 at risk. So, but if there's the 325, but if we get 3 numbers, then I'll just regress it back down to the 44. Drop $1 for 15. Dealer, press it to 25. There we go. We need a 9 or a 5 or 6 or 8, and we'll just come back down. Didn't get it. 617. So I apologize, Jeremy, if I didn't do that right. I don't know if you would have just collected, pressed 1 unit, and pulled back. I don't really know what you would have done in that situation. So I just kind of did what I would do, which is like double tap. So if I screwed that up, I apologize. 426. All right, let's get our lay bet. $40 no 10. I'm still nervous about laying that 10 with it rolling like it's going out of style. All right, all bets are set. 213. 538. Paid 14. Dealer, take down my 9. And he does talk about why he takes down the 9, that he likes doing a field bet because he's on a cruise ship and you can do as low as $1 on the field, which is pretty cool when you think about it. 415, there's our second hit. So we will drop $1 for 15. Dealer, take down my lay. So at this point, we pretty much break even, or I think we have $6 at risk. Here we go. 426. All right. He likes to collect that one, so let's drop $1 for 15, and we'll rack that one just to make sure we have profit on this shooter. And that was the point coming out. Yo 11. 213. 538. We're on the 8. All right, next hit. We'll grab that 9. Yo 11. There's the hard 4. Now the 4's showing up. It's going to catch up to that 10. There's the aces. 516. There we go. So we will drop $1 for 15. And we'll grab the 9 for 10. Rack a nickel. All right, we got our 44 paid for. 639. Picked up the 9 in time. Grab that. He says he likes to press 1 unit and pull back, so we'll do that. So go to 15, pulling back 10 to the rack. Oh, dice off the table. It happens. Here we go. 549. That's going to win 21. So here, let's take it to 25. And then pull back $11 to the rack. We just need the dice to get stuck on one number. 314. Told y'all that 4 will catch up to the 10. 213. 516. All right, we'll pay it out. 14. And we'll press it to 18. Rack $8. Here we go. Hard 6. That's going to pay 21. What we'll do is we'll throw in $1, press it by 12, and take it to 30, pull back 10 to the rack. So the 6 becomes 30. Now we got 2 really good numbers that we need to hit, 6 and 9. There we go, beautiful. That's going to win 35. We're going to drop $2, take it to 42, rack 25. I'm on 6. 2, 1, 3. Yo, 11. 6, 4, 10. 5, 1, 6. That's beautiful. Drop $1 for 50. See, looking where our rack is, let's do a little. There's 250. There's 350. We're short about $15 here. So we're up about 35, 45. We're up about $95. Huh. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're up, I think, close to $95. 90, 95. There's the 6 again. We're dropping the dealer $1. 50. We'll slide a green underneath there, and we'll pull back 32 to the rack. Beautiful. Let's keep it going. Hit the 6. Stay on the 6 shooter. 5, 3, 8. That's the point. Pay 14. We'll press it a unit. Take it to 18. There we go. Coming out. 6, 1, 7. Perfect time for the 7. 2, 1, 3. Boxcars. 7. 5, 1, 6. Oh, shooter, hit that 6 again. Yes, sirski. That's going to pay $70. What I like to do here is just slip a green underneath those reds and rack the rest. There we go. 6, 2, 8. And that was the point. Sorry, puck was off. Just rolled the 8. We're on the 8. All right. Sorry about that. Got a little excited that we hit the 6. Oh, Lord, Terry. That's going to pay $105. What I like to do in this situation, I'll collect it. And then the next one, we're going straight to 180. I like to press these by like 90 at a time. Here we go. 6, 2, 8. That would be called an 8. Because if you remove the wall, that 2 would be flush. That's going to pay 21. There we go. We'll drop the dealer $1, and we'll take that to 30. And this $10 comes back to the rack. And that goes back to the bank. All right, coming out. 639. 325. 5, seeing some love down there. Pays 15. You know, this shooter's hot. We're going to think, I know I'm deviating a little bit here, Jeremy, but I mean, we got to capitalize. This shooter's on fire, and we're way up. So Got to get while the getting's good. 415. Yes, sirski. It's going to pay 35. We'll take that $10. Make it 35. Pull back a quarter. Here we go. 516. We're taking that puppy straight to 180. And then that would come back to the rack. That would come back to the rack. So, yeah, come on, shooter. Hit the 6. Hard 6. Man, old Random Randy couldn't shoot this good if he had a gun to his head. That's going to pay 210. That's straight to the rack. The next one, we're going up to 270, 360. Next press is, 527. Oh, man. Yeah, Randy, he couldn't have shot that good if his life was on the line, I don't think. All right, so looking at our bankroll, we obviously crushed it. So there's that. There's 200 in green. That's full. That's full. There's our starting bankroll. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So let me get a black chip for these 4 greens. Let's see here. There's 25, 50. And then we've got get a red. All right, so started with our $400 bankroll. And because of the monster roll, we were able to capitalize on our presses and pull out 475, 480, 486. And, we did get whacked on the 10. We got whacked on our lay, and we got whacked on our 44 when I tried to double tap. So we had a worst case scenario where we were down $85 or whatever, $84. And we were able to stay in action, recover, and then we had that long roll. So, who is this strategy for? I definitely think it's for the low roller that isn't, maybe they're timid about putting more money in on the table. They're going to be timid. They are going to be timid because you've got the $40 and 44. So on the surface, it seems like you've got a lot of money at risk. Where, honestly, what they could do if they're that worried about it is if your leg gets whacked, just pull down and wait for the next shooter. But you could miss a long roll that we saw. So it's your level of risk at that point, okay? You can scale it up. He talked about you could go 66 and do a $60 lay. You could do 88 inside, $80 lay. You could do 110 and do a $100 lay. I do like that. Scaling it up, because I think you can recover a little faster. And I think that could be more optimal for the average to more advanced craps player. Now, adjustments to make the strategy better. I know he later did a video of starting the bets up and then regressing to get out of the hand faster. I haven't played that out. I haven't messed with it or tested it, so I don't know how it would work. The other way you could go is going up. And I know he's not a fan of that, of going up or soft martingale that he calls it, but a simple $20 press here and then $5 here, and then maybe like one hit, you've recovered 21 of like your $40 you lost. So you've recovered 50%. Then you could go down and then play it out. I haven't tested it. I'm just spitballing kind of the way my brain works on how to make this better. I think the number one tweak that needs to happen is if you see the 10s rolling, don't be stubborn and keep doing the 10. Take your butt over to the 4. Okay? If you see the 4 rolling, stay on the 10. You know, pay attention to what the table's doing, the flow of the table. And in the case of lay bets, do the opposite. You know, in the case of the light side, if you see the 4 popping, put some money on it. You know? So that would be my main tweak is don't be so set on the 10. And he talked a little bit about like, if you don't like the 10, you could do the 4. But in his video, he went on the 10 each time. So, and I was trying to play it true to form. Personally, my butt would have went over to the 4 once I saw that 10 rolled like 5 or 6 times. So, anywho, solid strategy. I do have concerns with the recovery. If I didn't have that long roll, I think it would have been a big grind to try to recover by just flat betting. I think just a simple, you don't need to go 40 to 80 to 120, and just even if it's just a $10 increase here or $20, preferably $20. Just take it up a level. So go from 40 to 60, 66 inside, get your one hit, then go back down to the 40 and 44 inside. And then do your normal strategy. Because at least at that point, you've recovered 50% of your lay that you lost. That's kind of how I would play it. Very conservative. You do have a smaller bankroll, so I wouldn't get all crazy with it. But even if you just wanted to press it by $10 and just recoup $5 more or something, you know, just a small little progression I think could help. Or do the regression strategy. Maybe you start out like this and then go to like, if you get whacked on the lay, go to the higher level and then regress. So he talked about, I think in one of his videos, 20, 24, 24, 20. So 88 inside and then reduce down to the 44 and then do the normal strategy from there. So I think small adjustments like that could make the strategy better. Again, I haven't tested it, haven't played it out, just spitballing theories. But overall, not a bad strategy for the low roller. Okay? So till next time, be excellent to each other.